think you should.
What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video we will be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Ontology. So shout out to Litecoins for commenting her top altcoin. Thank you, appreciate it. If you guys want to be shouted out in tomorrow's video, make sure to leave a comment below as to what your top altcoin is. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, let's jump right into the cryptocurrency market cap. I'm just refreshing the page. A lot of changes I made to the episode, as well as that we will see in crypto right now. Let's see. All right, so right now we have $266 billion market cap. So that's around $7 billion moving into the market. Bitcoin dominance at 43.8%, even lower than what it was yesterday. So what that tells me is that money is not going into Bitcoin, but going into altcoins. And if you just scroll down and we take a look-see, you can see Bitcoin is only up 1.8%. Ethereum at 5%, so we'll take a look at that, which is interesting. Ripple up 1, Bitcoin up 3.4, Bitcoin Cash. Litecoin literally not doing anything. But otherwise, we see green all across the board. What was that? 33. Ontology up 33.58%. So we're going to talk about that too, which is going to be fun. Yuan Chain up 21%. But let's just jump right into Litecoin right now, see why maybe we're not moving. Hopefully you guys like the new change. I'm using the new night mode on tradingview.com. I think it gives a better contrast, and it's a little easier on the eyes, especially because I do like to make later videos at night or around the evening time. So hopefully this darker color is better on your eyes and it doesn't hurt. But I just think it's sick, so let's stick with this. As you can see, I made the lines of support and resistance in white because I feel like they are easier to look at. And if we zoom a little farther out, you'll see that these lines are blue from the previous burst we had. Massive burst. You can see right here, we had this huge run from right around here, bringing us up into very, very, very high. But I just wanted to show high amount. But I wanted to show you, you can see on this breakout we had, we came back down pretty much lower than where we started from. Consolidated, but I want you guys to note that we had these two channels. We have one and we have two. The second channel, you'll notice where we funnel in is predominantly the bottom line of support. That's what I want you guys to take a look at right now. So you can see how, for this most part, we pretty much just hung out along the line, the middle moving average, and we broke out right here, right at the end of this this line of resistance. But you can see we just funneled and we hugged the bottom line here for a very long time, from the 14th all the way to the 6th, so almost like 3 weeks. But you can see we just hugged it. So why I wanted to point that out was because when we now look at what Litecoin is doing now on this graph, it's very similar to what we just looked at. Look, this is hugging the bottom line, using it as support as we slowly move to the breakout point right around the end of April, 4/24. Now, obviously, we were anticipating a run earlier in April based on the, we can probably just delete that because we can't even see it. Based on this line, the line that we had in the past, you were able to clearly see that Litecoin broke down out of the channel that we had earlier. And it wasn't a negative, but it just anticipated that the breakout would be a longer time period, and that the pennant flag would be a longer, more extended pennant flag. We drew a quick, short pennant flag connecting the points of contact, but it broke slightly down, which I believe I could just draw here, and you guys can clearly see. If I was to just draw a new line, pretty much it would look something like this. So you can see what I mean here. So I know these aren't exact, but for the most part, we have 1, 1, 2, and 3. So on this smaller pennant flag we have, I'm going to delete that too. Well, you can see on this smaller pennant flag that we had, looks a lot more like a flag, but you can see how right at the end here we broke down. Now that's not a negative because it still is a lot higher than this line, this previous high, previous low we had. This is a higher low, But you'll notice this is a clear line of support right here. Like, this is clearly a huge line of support that we are following up. It's gonna, well, I guess I can leave that there. Nah, I'm indecisive. I'm gonna delete it. But you can see how well of a line of support that is, and that is a very strong support line for Litecoin that we seem to be channeling right now, which is interesting that we're hugging it. Obviously, we're not having much resistance at the moment because of how far we are away, but the only resistance we're facing is from this line right here, this line of resistance. Okay, I think that's weight, yeah. This is the line of resistance that's causing us issues, not this one yet. Will be soon, but not yet. We're facing this one right here. That's pretty much cut Litecoin right down the middle until we get to the end of the pennant flag. But I do think Litecoin is looking good. We are quite low, like I said, on the RSI, 35, 34, if not lower. We are way below the middle moving average, as you can see, which is a good indicator. There is a lot of room to come back up and test the normal range at around 170, get the price up to there, where it's kind of the average. But we're just consolidating right now, and we do have a little bit to go. We have, let's see, today is the 10th, and we have until the 23rd to really see something happen. So we have about a week, guys. We have a little, maybe 2 weeks, but at least within the next week, we should see some definite movement, whether that's to consolidate at the bottom here and just follow this along, or if we're going to break up and retest E, or test E, break through, and then come back up and test the middle moving average. But we'll see. There's a lot of news I'm hearing. We have the LitePay, and then we have some other things happening to Litecoin, some contracts that are happening, I believe, around the 13th to the 14th. So that may bring a lot of new money into the market and bringing it up, as well as in, I believe, September 15th, Litecoin is holding an event, or there is an event for crypto, which might bring a lot more money into the market. A lot of bigger investors might pour or funnel money into cryptocurrency, especially Litecoin. But moving on to Bitcoin right now. Did not mean to do that. Should have done that before the video, but we're going to change this to white so we can get a better contrast. Change this to white as well. Cool. So pretty much the same thing, guys. Litecoin and Bitcoin seem to be piggybacking each other. Now, that doesn't always play out that way. Sometimes they do the polar opposite. When Bitcoin goes up, the rest of the market is down. And sometimes when Litecoin goes up, Bitcoin goes up too. So it could do either or. But as for right now, Bitcoin and Litecoin seem to be in sync. They've synced up and are pretty much just hovering this line right here, this support line, which is good and bad. I think the longer we hug that line, the more chance we have to break lower. But again, the end of this triangle is the 22nd, and the end of Litecoin is, again, around the 22nd. So very interesting the way that plays out. So we're going to see, but something is going to happen in both Bitcoin and Litecoin right at the end of, or in the second or the third trimester of the month. So be prepared. We're not sure whether or not we're going to go up or down, but for sure something is going to happen. I want to say I'm on the side where we can see some movement in the higher direction, moving us upwards. Obviously, that's not always the case, but the way the statistics are showing, the way that we're not at E yet, we're below the RSI, and we're below the MMA, it's showing that there is potential to move upwards. If everything was reversed, if we were overbought on Litecoin or in Bitcoin, if we were above the middle moving average, and if we already hit E and nothing happened, I would be more on the bearish side and say we're probably going to see a downward movement. But everything's lining up so far, so it's just a waiting game right now, guys. Pay attention to the market. This could be a big run in Bitcoin and Litecoin because we are looking at this at a daily candle. Let's just see what the weekly looks like. Not sure how this will look because I haven't looked on here, but yeah, interesting. You can see how this play is playing out. A clear indicator of these two fractals right now. And usually when we have those fractals, we break out. So we're going to just see. We're going to see, guys, because this is very, very, very interesting, and it is a clear descending or symmetrical triangle because this isn't exactly parallel. But a clear symmetrical triangle. You can see this reversal candle right here indicating a break to the upwards, a reversal doji. So we went upwards, had resistance at the top, and fell, but we're now at the bottom. So what we could expect now from something like this, because looking at this at the weekly pretty much opens my eyes. This is a beautiful symmetrical triangle. We're looking for something maybe like this, but definitely going up. I really can't see us coming down. It is possible to see us go down, but this is just too, like, perfect the way this is set up. If this did anything but go up, I would be very, very, very shocked. You know, let me know what you guys think about this, because to me this looks very, very, very clean. It's not too jagged, we're not too high, we're not too low. It just seems so perfect and so in proportion that it just almost makes sense that we're going to go up. We're pretty much at 44 on the RSI, and we are slightly below the middle moving average. So I don't think we're going to break down, but now that I notice that we're at the middle moving average here, I think we're going to get a nice bump. So I can see the middle moving average meeting up with Bitcoin, meeting up right at the breakout point. They both meet up with each other. Same thing with Litecoin too, I'm sure, on the weekly. They'll both meet up, and then seeing that we're now having a huge line of support, that middle moving average, it could hopefully pop us up, and we should hopefully go higher. But usually, like I said in all my other videos, when we haven't tested the middle moving average in a long time, what usually happens is we pop off of it the first time. We may come down, but we should get a nice run. Whether we go higher, I don't know, but definitely keep an eye out for that, because I do expect to go places in crypto. Now that everybody's shit-talking crypto and everybody's negative, it's even more of an indicator that this is a good buying season and that things are going to move. Let's just check out Ethereum. So obviously I need to change these back to white now that we're using night mode, so hopefully this helps you guys and it's a little easier on your eyes. I just think it looks cool. But you can see, come on, bear with me. Alright, right here. We're on the daily. I'm going to zoom out. Alright. So we have pretty much are testing this line of resistance right now. Now you can see we have broken past it in the past. We have broken above it in the past, but we are at it right now and we are fighting it. Obviously we are green, so we are going up. Whether we're going to go up ever so slightly, we either are going to go like this and come back down and go lower, or we're going to come back up and go up. But something like that's going to happen. This does end fairly close to Bitcoin and Litecoin, so I could honestly see this trading sideways for a little bit. You know, I could see it maybe trading sideways until it gets some momentum and volume from Litecoin and Bitcoin, and then after it gets that momentum and all that volume, it might just pop up like here, like before. But I honestly do think it might break out soon. I really do. Like, just the way that's looking, the fact, ooh, did not mean to do that. Okay, let's just delete these, give us a clear view, bear with. But just because we are so close to this resistance level, and this is a descending triangle, I can see us popping up. Now, we were extremely oversold on the RSI, and we are kind of caught up with that, you know, right here at the 33. So we are still a little bit oversold. But the fact that we are now ending this descending triangle, we did have a huge line of support here, or breaking up out of it. We are below the RSI. I mean, we're below the middle moving average. I do see potential. I do think that Ethereum is going to break ever so slightly and retest this level right here. That's where I can see it happening. In all honesty, I think we're going to come back up and retest support at around 700. That's my best bet. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so do with that as you will, but that is what I predict happening. I do think Ethereum is going to move up and test and retest this line at around 700. Moving on to Ontology. Check this out, guys. This is a beautiful graph. It just keeps going up. All the market is pretty much down, and we are going up. So we do have a few lines of support here. This is a hard one to draw, guys, because this thing just keeps going up, and if there's really no like resistance at all, you know, like there's nothing here that's This is uncharted territory. I'm just going to try and build, so I can't really say whether or not we're going to keep going up. I can give my general thoughts about it, but it's looking good right now. So just drawing here some lines of support and resistance for, I'm going to delete that one for now, but just drawing some lines of support and resistance for Ontology, and you can also see we have this strong uptrend like this over here that's breaking us higher up. But obviously, guys, this isn't attainable. This isn't just this. It's not just going to keep going up. We are extremely oversold on the 4-hour. Let's check out the daily. We are very oversold on the daily as well. So do expect a pull downwards, a pull back to a line of support, whether that is right over here or whether we break lower is kind of up for debate. I think we may even be able to draw a channel, possibly, on Ontology. Let's see. Let's see. This is possible because we do have support here. You can see how we ran on that. We ran on that. And then we're running on this, and we're finding resistance right here. It is very possible that this could be, yeah. It is definitely right here. So you can see how this has a channel that it's built as it's continuing its upwards growth. The middle moving average is catching up, but we are oversold, so I do think we are due for a pullback, probably to here. I'd say is a safe area to call it, and then chance we could go lower, but definitely here. But you can see that it does have this line of resistance at the top, but we are in an upwards channel, so it does look good. I do think Ontology is looking good right now, guys. So if you haven't already taken profits out, Deb, if you haven't taken profits out, might be smart to do so, but that's just my opinion. You can do with that as you want. Take it with a grain of salt. But that's pretty much going to sum up the video for today, guys. So if you like this video, please make sure to leave a comment and smash that like button. And make sure to let me know what your top altcoin is, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.